A story of love, friendship, betrayal, and revenge. To Kristen, she appeared as though she had stepped out of a dream, or perhaps a folklore where mermaids graced the rivers and forests with their beauty. As Ulimma approached to greet them, her voice was as soft and melodic as a lullaby. Christian stood frozen, his mind raced with thoughts. Is she real, or could she be some mythical being? He barely heard her gentle "good afternoon," lost in contemplation over the ethereal figure before him. It took a gentle nudge from Emeka for him to snap back to reality. Christian, what is the matter? This is Ulimma, the one I told you about, my would-be wife, Emeka said, beaming with pride. Christian, trying to process what had just happened, blinked a few times and finally found his voice. Oh, okay, Ulimma, you said. Are you truly from this ngwom? I don't think I have ever seen anyone as beautiful as you before, he said, his voice carrying a hint of awe. Ulimma, with a shy smile, responded, Good afternoon, sir. Yes, I am from here, and you are in my house. Her gentle reminder broke the tension, and all three burst into laughter, with Emeka shaking his head at his friend's flustered state. It was a rare moment of light-heartedness in what had initially seemed like a serious visit. Christian, still feeling a bit embarrassed but amused by his reaction, tried to play it off. Ah, forgive me, Ulimma. It's just that Emeka didn't warn me you were this beautiful. I wasn't prepared, he said, flashing a playful smile. Emeka, feeling triumphant in love and friendship, laughed alongside them. The moment eased their spirits, as the bond between the two friends remained strong, even in the presence of Ulimma's dazzling beauty. However, for Christian, something stirred deep inside him, something he hadn't expected. After 3.5 years, when Emeka returned from his long and audacious military assignment, the excitement of reuniting with his old friend Christian and his beloved Ulimma was overwhelming. He had thought about them constantly while he was away, hoping to come back and pick up where he left off, especially with Ulimma, the woman he had intended to marry. But what awaited him upon his return was nothing short of a nightmare. Word reached him even before he arrived home. Christian, his best friend, his confidant, had betrayed him in the most unimaginable way. Christian had married Ulimma. At first, Emeka refused to believe it. The idea that his friend, his brother, would betray him this way was unthinkable. But as he approached their town and saw the celebrations of Christian's wedding, the reality hit him like a storm. His heart sank, and fury ignited in his chest. Christian, the man who had promised to help him convey his message of love to Ulimma, had instead taken advantage of his absence and stolen her from him. The hurt was unbearable. The betrayal cut deep, like a knife twisting in his heart. Emeka's thought raised with anger and disbelief. How could Christian have done this to him? How could Ulimma have gone along with it? The friend he had trusted above all others had turned against him, stealing the one thing he had cherished most in this world. Emeka confronted Christian with intense rage. "You betrayed me," he shouted, his voice thick with pain. "How could you, Christian? You were supposed to be my friend, my brother. I trusted you to take care of Ulimma, and you married her." Christian, now standing before his furious friend, struggled to find words. "Emeka, I didn't mean for this to happen. Ulimma and I were trying to reach you, but we could not. We sent letters after letters and received no response. I was consoling her. I fell in love with her. It just happened." "You civilian, it just happened." Emeka's voice trembled with fury. "You couldn't reach me because I was in the battlefront, fighting the enemy. Now I know who the real enemy is. You are the enemy, Christian. You knew how I felt about her. I trusted you. You stabbed me in the back when I was away, serving this country. You took the one thing I cherished." His fist clenched, every fiber of his being wanting to lash out, but he held himself back, barely. Christian, though he knew he had wronged his friend, could only offer weak excuses. "I didn't plan for this, Emeka. I didn't plan for this. It just, we spent time together and feelings grew. I am sorry. I love her." "Love her?" Emeka's heart felt as though it was being ripped apart. "You took her from me, and now you say you love her? You betrayed me, Christian, and mark my words, this betrayal will not go unpunished. You will feel the same pain you have inflicted on me. I swear it." With that, Emeka turned and stormed away, his blood boiling with ferocity and resentment. His heart was broken and his soul wounded. He had lost not only the woman he loved, but also his closest friend. But Emeka was not the kind of man to simply accept defeat. He would lick his wounds, yes, but he would not forget. He vowed to retaliate. He would make Christian pay for his betrayal, and he would make sure Christian felt the same sting of loss that he now carried in his chest. Emeka would not rest until the scales were balanced and Christian had tasted the bitter fruit of treachery.